Alright guys, welcome back to another loadout building video, and today I'm going to build something that I think is quite underrated and it comes in at a really reasonable price. I'm going to kick it straight off with the knife and glove combo. You can see what it is here. It's going to be some hand wrapped Spruce DDPAT in minimal wear, which will be $165. I was really keen to get minimal wear gloves in here and still keep the price way down. And I've paired it with a paracord knife Urban Mask for $120 in minimal wear, which means this combo cost is $285. But you could trim the cost down by about $45 if you wanted to get the gloves in field tested. Now, the Urban Mask knife is pattern-based. I've generated the very first pattern here, but you could go and hunt for different patterns that maybe match with the gloves a little bit better. But I do think overall, it's not a perfect color combo, but it's still quite unique. For the USP for this loadout, I decided to go for the stainless. This is by no means colored themed, but it's trying to go for like clean and trying to mesh the colors as best as possible, and this will run you $7 in minimal wear. If you're on that P2000 side of things, I think going for the ivory just makes sense. Again, it's one where the colors aren't 100% perfect, but I think overall, it blends in fairly nicely in minimal wear for 15 cents. The Glock choice is going to be the Catacombs. Not usually one I would go for, but I think in this case, you're talking 32 cents for a skin that looks pretty cool. I think it actually works quite nicely with the gloves as well, so I'm a fan of this. Now, thankfully, Valve blessed us in the Overpass collection with the Tilted Deagle, which is right now $1.62 for minimal wear. I personally think this is one of the best budget deagles flat out in the game. It's on the new model. The artwork's really cool. Different patterns on each side. Price is probably going to crack under $1 at some point. Very nice skin. Like, the hand wraps for me are a bit more like a versatile kind of glove, and I don't know why, but I thought like graffiti stuff kind of pairs in for that, and I think that's why the headshot, both colorwise and graffiti, then becomes a really good option. It's $19 for minimal wear. This is your big spender weapon skin wise, so you get a real idea of how budget this loadout is going to be, but I think these work really well together. Then on the Everyone we get to go for the Basilisk, which I actually think is a really nice, a bit of an underappreciated skin. It is coming in at just under that $6 mark for minimal wear. Now, Cloud recently did a video where he went through all the M41S, and he showed an insane version of this where you can do custom stickers and make it look armored. Then on the M4 side, we've got one that I wouldn't normally go for, but it's going to be the X-Ray. I think the color palette of the X-Ray is definitely very unique, and it's because of that I normally wouldn't recommend it, but I think in this case, it's actually worth picking up. Much like the Exoskeleton, this is one that normally just slips under for me. I think at almost $4 for minimal wear. In general, there is better value for money out there, but you can do sticker crafts on this to make it look like a fake Medusa or whatever. Even at that, I think this sort of like off greyish colouring that we're getting through the gloves, through the skin itself, and those sort of like hues of like, it's really like a light purple, I think it plays together quite nicely. Now, trying to blend where that Arctic Tritone pattern is into the gloves, I don't think it worked 100% here, but I've theory crafting this one. It's still the new MP9. I think it's a sick MP9. It's just over $4 for minimal wear. It's going to keep dropping. It's a very nice pickup. Now, I've not really shown the Ensnare too much recently, but I think this is a great option for these Spruce DDPAT gloves, and as always, super cheap in minimal wear. Another one that I think works surprisingly well is the Mint Kimono. This is another pattern-based skin, so you can really play around with this and see what you can get, but $3.50 for this minimal wear. I'm quite a fan of how you could play with this pattern to make it work really well with the gloves. For the jewelries, I just kind of wanted to go cheap, easy, like steely grey kind of thing. I think the top of these deagles, color-wise, actually pairs pretty well with some of the colors on the gloves, and it's only 12 cents. I'll be honest, 5.7, nothing was really giving me much like inspiration on the pairing that I liked. I decided to go for the Boost Protocol because I think overall that white, black, and some of those nice popping accent colors, it kind of worked with any pair of gloves, so just kind of vibe with this one. I then thought actually that the geometric kind of patterns of this Envy, which are almost like this grayish color, would actually work, and I think it does actually pair together pretty well here. The Gale Envy in minimal wear is between like 20-26 cents right now. It's becoming super cheap, and it's actually a really nice skin. And another pattern-based skin, we have the Halftone Wash, and this is one that I definitely think, depending on the pattern you go for, it can blend a bit better with the gloves, and it's already down at like 30 cents. It's incredibly cheap. I do run one myself, and I just want to showcase what the pattern difference may be like. So for example, that's the pattern that's on mine. Although I hate the naming, Mag 7, Swag 7, I think is the right choice here. It's about 55 cents for minimal wear. And then I also went for nice cheap cheerful for the XM, the Irezumi, 15 cents for this. Another one that I always say, Artwork on this is actually incredible. If we had a version of this that was brighter or maybe a different shade of color, like, it would probably be more sought after. And now with the real, sort of just like the bonus skins, I think the imprint on the ZZ is actually a really nice one. The blend of colors, there's actually 3 different colors on it. None of them are perfect with the gloves, but they all kind of play together in the same palette. I can't lie, Titan 9, I went for something that wouldn't clash, that looks good. I think the Titan 9 Avalanche for just over $2 is such a nice Titan 9 skin. Surprisingly, one that's close to pairing pretty well is the MP7 Astrolabe. Now, I know people hate this because it's a blue and it's getting dropped a lot, but actually, when this comes below 10 cent, which it will in the future, it's going to become a really nice budget pick. Then we have one of the newer skins from earlier this year. It's going to be the UMP Motorized. I went minimal wear here. It does go bronze as you go through to higher wear, but 15 cent here. The mapping on this is incredible to create these 3D effects. So again, this is one that's super cheap because it's a low rarity skin. People hate unboxing it, but actually artwork wise, fantastic. I had a pretty easy pick for the AUG. I think the Tomcat is one that is actually a perfect pairing with the gloves, and it's only 10 cent. Another one that was almost in that realm of perfect was the SG Aerial, also very cheap at 14 cent for minimal wear. I think some of the colors on this are very close to being a really nice pairing. How many times can I say cheap and cheerful? The Scout Disastra is in this 15 cent minimal wear. One of the best scouts in the game, in my opinion. I think this sort of like off bluish color that's on the main of it is, it's like an off bluey gray, battleshipy kind of color with red accents. I'm just a big fan of the skin. MP5 honestly lacked options that were really going to match. I thought the Kit Bash was the best going for this because, again, fitting into what I mean with the hand wraps vibes in general. And then finally, another new skin, just because I want to showcase it, it's the P90 Wash Me. This was 17 cent at the time of planning, which was the 21st of October. It may have dropped an extra couple cents since, but really, that's not going to be a game changer in the total cost. Now, why I wanted to showcase this loadout is because it's not a perfect themed loadout, which is fine. We don't have to have a perfect theme all the time, but trying to have a theme where possible, or at least not clash, is always a goal. The total cost of this loadout is under $350, and the combo, as I said, is $285. So we're paying like $65 for weapon skins here that I think are all pretty damn good skins, and then in a sense they can all play in to the hand wraps. So what I want to know is, what do you guys think of this loadout? Is there anything from this loadout that you can see yourself running? Do you like the key weapon skins paired with the gloves? That kind of thing. And do you like the price point that you're in for? That's another thing I want to know. But I'm not going to waffle too much. I am going to end it there. Before I go, I want to say a big thank you to the YouTube members that continue to support the channel. It is greatly appreciated. And if you've not already by now, make sure you hit that like button in the video. Hit the subscribe button when you're right here. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.